What's going on, guys? So today's gonna be a little bit interesting because I want to go over how to actually work out when you injure yourself. 2 days ago on Wednesday, I was doing this fun little workout here, and when I went to go pick up the Slamball, felt some pain in my mid-back. Now, I know this is something that I've been dealing with for a while, a little bit of instability through that area, and just happened to tweak it. So, for the last 2 days, I've been dealing with this pain and trying to rehab it, trying to get it better. But at the same time, I want to lift. I want to work out. So yesterday I took off, tried to let it relax as much as possible. Today it's starting to feel a little bit better, so I want to go back to working out again. With this workout, I'm going to be doing a chest day here, but I'm going to be working around trying to not aggravate this mid-back to low back pain. So check out the video here and we'll go through exactly how I do this workout and how I prevent this injury from getting worse, and actually probably help myself out here, making it a little bit better by creating some more movement through that area, creating some more stability through those muscles, through those joints. All right, check it out. So right off the bat, what I want to do is create some more motion through my low back right now. It's very guarded, and I want to stretch that out, get it nice and loose before I do any kind of workout. How I'm doing this is I am sitting on the ground with a foam roller right under the spot that is painful on my left side. I'm just moving my arms and my shoulders, just trying to get my lat to loosen up through its proper range of motion here. I'm not going very hard. I'm not trying to push into extension at all, anything like that. I'm just going through motion. So later on here, you will see that I start to try and extend a little bit more once things start to loosen up a little bit. I am trying to move as much as possible through that left side, trying to get as much muscle to loosen up and more blood flow through those muscles before I do any kind of workout here. Now I'm starting to stretch out the lat itself, going into a nice deep stretch, trying not to twist too much with the back. I'm trying to just stretch the lat out without twisting the back and twisting my hips. I'm just trying to do a nice light stretch, not trying to injure this. I'm just trying to stretch it out, get this as loose as possible with the workout coming up. So now I'm going to start going into cat camels here. Once again, getting nice range of motion through that mid-back, just trying to get some blood flow through those muscles, stretch them out nice and good before the workout here. I'm really trying to focus on that left side. Although this is hard doing this bilaterally for the back, you're focusing on that left side because that's my injured side. Now that everything's feeling good through that stretch, I'm going to start doing some twists here. Just introducing a little bit of rotation through those lats. Now that everything's feeling good, getting more of that range of motion through rotation now, trying to get my brain to realize that this isn't a painful motion anymore. Now I'm not going super hard. I'm not trying to twist all the way up to the top towards the ceiling. I'm just getting a little bit of rotation, little bit of motion through there, not trying to re-injure this injury. Back into some cat camels here. And then once we're done with these, I'm going right into some bird dogs, really focusing on stability through that low to mid back. I'm not trying to twist the shoulders. I'm not trying to twist the hips. I'm staying nice and stable through here. I want to create some stability through that injury because I know from my own past that this is an unstable injury that happens every so often just due to some instability through that area. So I really need to focus on trying to create some stability through there so I can not only help this out now, but also prevent this from happening in the future. Now that everything's nice and loose, we're gonna start the workout. I wanted to start this workout just using the bar for bench press just to see how everything would feel. If I had any pain, if I didn't have pain, how was it gonna be before I worked out and before I possibly re-injured this? So one of the biggest things that you're gonna notice with this is not so much the workout itself. The workout, I'm gonna be testing everything before I do it to see if it causes any pain through those areas. With the bench press, I first did just the bar, just to see if it's gonna irritate that, if it's gonna aggravate that area. It didn't seem that it was going to, so now we're gonna add some weight with it. One thing we wanna keep in mind is gonna be this guy right here. Lifting weights. It doesn't seem like that's gonna be an issue, but a lot of times people end up injuring themselves lifting weight on and off the bar. That's when they injure themselves because they're not using proper technique, they're not using proper form, they're twisting with that motion, bringing the weight off the bar. That's when people usually injure themselves. So what we want to really focus on is proper form with bringing the weight off the bar and on the bar. So now we're going into the workout, and really focusing on stretching with each set, doing a little bit of weight here, nice slow reps, really focusing on the muscle, not trying to injure this. This last one, I'm focusing on stability, so I really want to focus on stability while keeping those legs up in the air. Now I'm moving on to some dumbbell press here, and what I'm focusing on before I even do this is trying to get those dumbbells without causing any extra pain. So I'm doing nice form, squatting all the way down to pick these up, not rounding my back or twisting. I'm really focusing on keeping everything upright so that way I don't re-injure this. Now we go right into the press here. And I'm focusing on pressing, not trying to re-injure this at all, but I'm really focusing on if this is causing any extra pain. Luckily with this, it wasn't causing any pain. I just felt it a little bit with the actual pressing motion because you're involving lat a little bit, but this wasn't making anything worse, which was really good. Really felt like this was a great workout for the press, for the chest here, and didn't cause any more issues. So now that everything felt great with the press, I went into flies here and used some lightweight. Wanted to see if this was going to cause anything first, but everything felt great with the flies. Really engaged the chest, the shoulders, even some of that lat itself. So I didn't want to do any twisting motions, anything like that, but this felt great while I was doing it. A nice, great stretch through the chest itself. So now that everything was feeling great, I wanted to introduce some stability through that mid back and low back. So what I did was a banded fly here across my chest. So I was really focusing on the chest, but also I was focusing on keeping that mid back from twisting and turning during this workout. So I wanted to create some stability through there so I can prevent this from happening in the future. So to end the workout here, I wanted to do some banded anti-rotations. I wanted to really focus on making some stability through that low back. Now for some rehab of this area, I used a yoga ball against the wall and wanted to go through motion with some stability through those muscles while creating some motion and instability with the ball. So I went up and down first, going side to side afterwards, really focusing on keeping a contraction through those muscles while I was keeping stability through that entire motion. Really trying not to twist the hips, twisting the thoracic spine, anything like that. I wanted to create some anti-rotation through those areas while creating motion. Now here I did the same exact thing, but on the side now. So just using my arm out to the side instead of in front of me, doing the same exact thing, going up and down, and then moving into a side-to-side motion with the ball. Notice how my back muscles, you can see they're contracted the entire time, creating stability through that shoulder and through that mid-back, while I'm trying my hardest here not to rotate through that mid-back. I want to keep as stable as possible while I'm continuing this movement. This is going to help me rehab this muscle, rehab this injury, so that way I can heal quicker as well as not have this happen again. Finally, using one arm, creating some extension with stability through my lat here. Really focusing on getting that shoulder to move properly, creating stability through the mid-back so that way this doesn't happen again. Our last rehab that we're going to do here is on the yoga ball, doing clockwise and counterclockwise rotations with the shoulders and the lats, just staying on my knees here, trying to keep stability through the mid-back and the low back, so that way I can stabilize that area, stabilize those little muscles called the spinal erector muscles, especially what's called multifidi, through the mid-back and through the lower back, so that way I can prevent this injury from happening again. So there you go, guys. That's a workout that really focused on chest, but also prevented me from hurting myself further with my low back, mid back. This is the same principle that you can use with any workout. Focusing on form, keeping stability through those muscles that are guarded and painful right now. The entire workout, I was focusing on not hurting this anymore, not causing any more pain through this area. I was stretching out throughout the entire workout. I was stretching in between each set, trying to keep motion through there, keep blood flow through there. The more blood flow we can get into those muscles, the quicker this is gonna heal. So, focusing on form, focusing on not injuring myself further by doing heavy weight, by doing a lot of weight with each set, focusing on trying to get a good workout while not going backwards with my back. So focus on that, as well at the end doing a lot of recovery. So at the end of my workout there, you saw that I was doing some workout that was focusing on trying to get more stability through my lat here and trying to get more stability on each movement and more range of motion. So I want to try and heal this while not going backwards with my workouts. So try this out. This is the same thing that you can do with any workout. So say you hurt your chest, say you hurt your bicep. You can do workouts around those injuries while not hurting yourself further.